You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
And now a word from our sponsor, SpyCloud. Identity is the new battleground, and attackers are exploiting stolen identities to infiltrate your organization. Traditional defenses can't keep up. SpyCloud's holistic identity threat protection helps security teams uncover and automatically remediate hidden exposures across your users, from breaches, malware, and phishing to neutralize identity-based threats like account takeover, fraud, and ransomware. Don't let invisible threats compromise your business. Get your free corporate darknet exposure report at spycloud.com/cyberwire and see what attackers already know. That's spycloud.com/cyberwire.
RSAC 2025 comes to an end. Canadian power company hit by a cyber attack. Ascension Health discloses another breach. UK luxury department store Harrods discloses attempted cyber attack. Microsoft fixes a bug flagging Gmail as spam. An unofficial version of the Signal app shared in photo. EU fines TikTok for violating GDPR with China data transfer. US Treasury to cut off Southeast Asian cybercrime key player. Passwordless by default coming your way. And our guest is Kevin McGee from Microsoft, sharing a medley of interviews that he gathered on the show floor of RSAC 2025. Today is Friday, May 2nd, 2025. I'm Maria Varmazis, host of T-Minus Space Daily podcast, in for Dave Bittner today. And this is your Cyberwire Intel Briefing. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. On the final day of RSA Conference 2025, the cybersecurity community discussed emerging challenges and innovations. The AI governance panel featured leaders from OpenAI, Workday, and Uber, who explored strategies for building trust in AI systems, emphasizing the need for robust safety measures and compliance frameworks. Legal Eagles and CISOs highlighted the critical need for collaboration between legal teams and cybersecurity leaders to navigate regulatory landscapes and bolster organizational resilience. Deputy National Security Advisor Ann Neuberger offered a comprehensive overview of U.S. cybersecurity policy, discussing initiatives related to AI, 5G, 6G technologies, and strategies to combat ransomware and illicit cryptocurrency activities. And RSAC College Day connected aspiring cybersecurity professionals with industry experts, fostering mentorship and career development. Be sure to stay tuned for a final installment from intern Kevin from the RSAC 2025 floor. Halifax-based electric utility Nova Scotia Power and its parent company Emera have shut down parts of their IT networks while responding to a cyber attack, according to a report from Security Week. The attack disrupted the utility's customer care phone line and online portal, but did not affect physical operations. The company stated that there remains no disruption to any of our Canadian physical operations, including at Nova Scotia Power's generation, transmission, and distribution facilities, the Maritime Link, or the Brunswick Pipeline, and the incident has not impacted the utility's ability to safely and reliably serve customers in Nova Scotia. There has been no impact to Emera's U.S. or Caribbean utilities. CBC News reports that the utility is only responding to emergencies and outages, leaving some new customers unable to get their power turned on. U.S. health system Ascension is informing some patients that their medical data was breached after hackers compromised a third-party vendor in December 2024, according to a report from the Register. The breached data involved personal information, including Social Security numbers, as well as medical information. The medical data included information related to inpatient visits, such as the place of service, physician name, admission and discharge dates, diagnosis and billing codes, medical record number, and insurance company name. Ascension sustained a separate breach in May 2024 after it was hit by the Black Basta ransomware gang. London luxury department store Harrods has restricted internet access at its locations following an attempted cyber attack, according to the BBC. The company says its flagship store remains open and customers can still shop online. Two other major UK retailers, Marks & Spencer and Co-op, are currently recovering from disruptive cyber attacks. The UK's National Cybersecurity Centre, or NCSC, Chief Executive Dr. Richard Horne said in a statement that the disruption caused by the recent incidents impacting the retail sector are naturally a cause for concern to those businesses affected, their customers, and the public. The NCSC continues to work closely with organizations that have reported incidents to us to fully understand the nature of these attacks and to provide expert advice to the wider sector based on the threat picture. Horne added, "These incidents should act as a wake-up call to all organizations. I urge leaders to follow the advice on the NCSC website to ensure that they have appropriate measures in place to help prevent attacks and respond and recover effectively." Microsoft has resolved a machine learning issue in Exchange Online that incorrectly flagged legitimate Gmail emails as spam. The problem, tracked as EX1064599, began on April 25th, causing affected messages to be diverted to users' junk folders. Microsoft attributed the false positives to the ML model, misclassifying emails due to similarities with known spam patterns. By May 1st, the company reverted to a previous ML model version, effectively mitigating the issue. A photograph taken during a Trump cabinet meeting revealed that the now former National Security Advisor Mike Waltz was using an unofficial version of the Signal messaging app known as TM Signal, developed by Telemessage. This modified app adds message archiving capabilities, potentially compromising Signal's standard end-to-end encryption. The image showed Waltz communicating with top officials, including J.D. Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, and Marco Rubio, raising concerns about the security of sensitive government communications. The European Union has fined TikTok 530 million euros, or approximately $600 million US dollars, for violating the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR, by inadequately safeguarding European users' data accessed by staff in China. Ireland's Data Protection Commission found that TikTok failed to ensure EU-equivalent protections and lacked transparency about data transfers. The investigation also revealed that TikTok provided inaccurate information, initially denying storage of EU user data on Chinese servers, only to later admit some data had indeed been stored there. TikTok plans to appeal, asserting that the issues predate its Project Clover, which aims to localize data within Europe through new data centers. Ukrainian national Artem Strizhak, age 35, has been extradited from Spain to the United States to face charges related to his alleged role in the Nephilim ransomware operation. According to a superseding indictment unsealed in the Eastern District of New York, Strizhak is accused of conspiring to commit fraud and extortion by deploying Nephilim ransomware against high-revenue companies across the United States, Canada, Europe, and Australia between 2018 and 2021. He reportedly entered into an agreement with Nephilim administrators, receiving access to the ransomware in exchange for 20% of the ransom proceeds. The attacks targeted sectors including aviation, chemicals, construction, and insurance, resulting in millions of dollars in losses. Strizhak is scheduled for arraignment and, if convicted, faces up to 5 years in prison. The U.S. Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network has designated Cambodia-based Huion Group as a primary money laundering concern under Section 311 of the USA Patriot Act. This action aims to sever Huion's access to the U.S. financial system, citing its role in laundering over $4 billion in illicit proceeds between August 2021 and January 2025. The funds are linked to North Korean cyber heists and Southeast Asian pig butchering scams, which are fraudulent investment schemes that exploit victims through social engineering tactics. Microsoft has announced that all new Microsoft accounts will be passwordless by default to enhance security against threats like phishing and credential stuffing. So instead of traditional passwords, new users will authenticate using methods such as passkeys, biometric verification like Windows Hello, security keys, or push notifications. Stay tuned after the break. Kevin McGee is closing out RSAC 2025 with a high-energy medley of interviews straight from the show floor, packed with sharp insights and bold ideas from some of cybersecurity's standout voices.
Traditional pen testing is resource-intensive, slow, and expensive, providing only a point-in-time snapshot of your application's security, leaving it vulnerable between development cycles. Automated scanners alone are unreliable in detecting faults within application logic and critical vulnerabilities. Outpost 24's continuous pen testing as a service solution offers year-round protection, with recurring manual penetration testing conducted by CREST-certified pen testers, allowing you to stay ahead of threats and ensure your web applications are always secure. We've all been there. You realize your business needs to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Well, it's easy. Just use Indeed. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post noticed. Indeed's sponsored jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. Your post jumps to the top of search results so the right candidates see it first. And it works. Sponsored jobs on Indeed get 45% more applications than non-sponsored ones. One of the things I love about Indeed is how fast it makes hiring. And yes, we do actually use Indeed for hiring here at N2K Cyberwire. Many of my colleagues here came to us through Indeed. Plus, with sponsored jobs, there are no subscriptions, no long-term contracts. You only pay for results. How fast is Indeed? Oh, in the minute or so that I've been talking to you, 23 hires were made on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners to this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/cyberwire. Just go to Indeed.com/cyberwire right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/cyberwire. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Kevin McGee was at the RSA conference this past week as our intern, gathering Kevin on the Street interviews. And today he's closing out RSAC 2025 with a high-energy medley of interviews straight from the show floor from some of cybersecurity standout voices. Here are his conversations.
Christopher Sim, and I'm the CTO at Bulletproof. So we are in the managed security services provider space, so looking after customers for all their services need, pretty much your full IT shop, helping them from their implementation, incident response, monitoring, and detection of their cybersecurity needs.
So what are you hoping to see at RSA? Is it new products, new technologies, make connections? What's your goal here?
I would say a bit of networking and seeing all the new AI advancements. And that's a huge buzzword that's going around the industry over the past few years, but the advancements on large language models and how that can actually help cybersecurity and us as defenders in the space is going to be a game changer for me.
So you're the CTO of an MSSP, so your job is not just to build the technology for your company, but also help other customers. It's a big responsibility. What do you think you're going to see here at the show that'll help you do your job better and serve your customers better?
I'm looking for a lot of the integration pieces. How can we solve the pain points for us as a service provider as well as our customers to be able to consolidate all of the threats that are happening, be able to make our tools work better together. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of third-party tools that are not talking together. And if that can start to change, whether it's through agents in some way or form, depending which provider is making them, then that could help our customers and us be able to resolve all of our challenges.
Dr. Chase Cunningham, title is Dr. Zero Trust, and company is Dr. Zero Trust, and that's me.
Awesome. We're sitting at the Cybersecurity Canon Breakfast, and you've got a book coming out at RSA.
Yeah, I've got two of them that just dropped this month. One is the sequel to my Gabriel novel called Variable, and the other one is a book about the stock market impact of breaches called By the Breach.
That's pretty fascinating. Where did you come up with that title, or where did you come up with that concept from?
I was just looking at the data and seeing that there was a trend in how things were affecting company stock values when a breach did occur. And to me, I was just, as a former analyst or current analyst, I guess, I was just like, there's got to be something to this. And I did 10 years worth of data research, and sure enough, there's a very clear trend.
So what's the big themes you think will be at the show this year?
Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of AI. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of SOC sort of stuff. And then I think we're also going to see a lot of MSP work.
Awesome. And you've got a session?
Yeah, I'm doing Zero Trust and 5G. And then I also have 2 book signings as well. So it's going to be busy.
Fantastic. Thanks, Philip.
Hey, I'm Helen Patton. I'm a cybersecurity advisor currently with Cisco.
We're at the Cybersecurity Canon Breakfast. It's a great show at 7 a.m. on day one. So tell me about the Cybersecurity Canon and what you're doing at RSA.
Sure. So the Cybersecurity Canon project's actually been around for about 10 years. And the goal of the project is to share cyber wisdom with the community. So we have a whole bunch of people who are security OGs who read books and write reviews, and then hopefully the rest of the community can learn from them and know what to read and what they can avoid. So that's what we do. So while I'm here at the conference this year, I'm interested to know what wisdom looks like. I want to know what wisdom looks like around AI. I want to know what it looks like around geopolitical things. And I'm just interested in hearing what people are thinking and how they're approaching that for their security programs.
So many of the committee members have books at the bookstore, and the Cybersecurity Canon will have volunteers at the concierge of the bookstore. So tell me about that.
Yeah, for sure. So the Cyber Canon has a bookshelf at the bookstore that gives you everyone who's made it into the Hall of Fame. So if you really quickly want to go in there and know that you're getting a good book that's worth reading, you just go straight to that bookstore, that bookshelf. And we have committee members who are there to help you think about what you might want to read. So that happens as well. So we're super excited to be here. The bookstore's been a great partner for us.
And you've got a book in the works. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I do. So Josiah Dykstra and I are co-writing a book, and it's for people who want to get into cybersecurity who are already mid-career in some other non-security profession. So we know there's a lot of people making it through college and right at the bottom of the funnel, but there's not a lot of resources out there for people who just want to switch. So career switches, and it will come out later this year, so excited about that.
And that's an area, bringing new people into the profession and young people and diversity to our profession has been a real hallmark of your career. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, sure. So I was lucky enough to be the CISO at The Ohio State University for 8 years. And when you work at a university, you spend a lot of time thinking about what are we training our young people and what does that mean for their future career. And really, when I started my career, we didn't have any sort of structured way of training people to come into cybersecurity. So I've spent my career trying to help academics understand how professional operators think, and also help professional operators think how academics think, and try and translate that. And it's been rewarding and frustrating all at the same time.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Jeremy Vaughn with Start Left Security, and I am the CEO and co-founder.
So, how was your trip here?
Man, I am exhausted, but it is Sunday. Even though I'm exhausted, I'm fired up.
What you been doing here since you got here?
I have been mingling. I've already been to 2 meetings before this, and then I had another event with an investment management group, and then I'm here at the Microsoft event.
Start Left, coolest name. Tell me what it is. What do you do?
Start Left. It is, you cannot get any further left than people. So in security, we always forget about people. I think we've been doing cybersecurity for 25 years. That's what we're solving the challenges at the core, empowering developers, and helping this shift left movement actually succeed.
Awesome. So what do you think the big themes of the show are going to be?
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't say AI. I mean, I'm on an AI panel. But no, AI, how do you secure AI, how AI is going to impact business in the future, and just a lot of what happens with security when AI is introduced into an organization, I think is going to be super huge topics.
Any sessions you're looking forward to?
I am looking forward to learning about AI and what all the cybersecurity, actually hackers, what hackers are saying, how they're looking at AI, how they're going to manipulate how businesses are using AI.
Now, you are a non-technical founder. Do I get it right?
I am non-technical that has kind of become technical because I've sat with a super engineers for the last 20 years.
How many RSAs have you done?
How many what?
How many RSAs have you done?
Oh, this is my third RSA. Yeah, maybe fourth. They all blend together.
Anything else you want to leave for last thoughts?
I'm here. I'm really excited about the Microsoft partnership and what we're doing with Microsoft. But on the other side of that, just really looking forward to meeting other partners and talking about StarLeft and showing people our value.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, hi everyone. My name is Zvika Schneider. I'm the CEO of and co-founder of Pint. Pint is an expert in application security, and I'm excited to be here in RSA and talking to you.
Awesome. Do you have a long trip to get here?
Very long. To be honest, I came from Israel. Usually, as a startup, you spend your life between US and Israel, especially in cybersecurity startup. Long trip, like 24 hours.
Well, you're jet lagged. You just got here. What do you think the theme for this week is going to be?
So, I'm always energized. I'm not that jet lagged. I think the theme of RSA will be this year probably stick and stones. No, I'm joking. It will be an AI. I think it's like twofold AI. One, how you leverage AI for security and how you're doing security for AI. So I think we'll see a bunch of those all over RSA, and I'm excited to be part of it. And appreciate you, Kevin, of taking that small note here.
Awesome. Great to see you. We'll see you around this week.
Thank you.
That was Kevin McGee reporting from the RSA conference show floor, where he caught up with some of the industry's leading voices. Want to dive deeper into those conversations? Well, you can find all his guests linked in the show notes for you.
Let's be real. Navigating security compliance can feel like assembling IKEA furniture without the instructions. You know you need it, but it takes forever, and you're never quite sure if you've done it right. That's where Vanta comes in. Vanta is a trust management platform that automates up to 90% of the work for frameworks like SOC 2, ISO 27001, and HIPAA, getting you audit-ready in weeks, not months. Whether you're a founder, an engineer, or managing IT and security for the first time, Vanta helps you prove your security posture without taking over your life. More than 10,000 companies, including names like Atlassian and Quora, trust Vanta to monitor compliance, streamline risk, and speed up security reviews by up to 5 times. And the ROI? A recent IDC report found Vanta saves businesses over $500,000 a year and pays for itself in just 3 months. For a limited time, you can get $1,000 off Vanta at vanta.com/cyber. That's VANTA.com/cyber.
This past week, we were joined on the RSAC floor in San Francisco by our partner, Kevin McGee, and he's the Global Director of Cybersecurity Startups at Microsoft for Startups. And he was stepping into the role of our honorary intern. And Kevin hit up the show floor to gather insights and interviews with industry leaders, and all of them have been featured right here. As RSAC wraps up, Kevin shares his reflections on the conversations that stood out and the key themes that he observed throughout the week. Here's Kevin.
Kevin McGee here. Normally, I'm the Global Director of Cybersecurity for Microsoft for Startups. But this week, I'm just Kevin the intern for the CyberWire, bringing you another update from the always loud, always packed halls, expo floors, and trying to social engineer my way into the after parties of RSAC 2025. Let's start with the obvious. Yes, RSA is big. It's loud, it's gaudy, it's obnoxious, it's, let's just say, vendor heavy. But everything is so expensive, just attending should come with massive stock options grants. But someone said something to me this week that really stuck. What is RSA? It's like 40,000 of us, defenders, colleagues, and cyber friends, all just happen to show up in San Francisco at the same time. And honestly, that's what it feels like. You bump into friends you haven't seen in years, on sidewalks, in the coffee shop, in a hallway. You run into folks you only know from their much younger and filtered-looking social media profiles. Yeah, you all do it. We're on to you. You get to meet the people behind the newsletters, the podcasts, the blogs, the news stories. And maybe if you're lucky, you get to grab a selfie with someone like super famous, maybe Dave Bittner. This year, the themes were loud and clear. It's GOATs. More on that later. And of course, agentic AI. But what does agentic AI mean? Well, ask 40,000 people like I did, and you'll get 40,000 different answers, like I did. But as we shift into the final days of RSA, the conversations are starting to move beyond the hype and are starting to get real. Yes, there are a ton of abstract buzzwords, architecture, future gazing, and just plain bizarre ideas pulsing through this conference. But as the week goes on, I'm starting to have a really different approach to the conversations that I'm having. It's more operational reality and tactical implementation, moving from concept to context. We're not just talking about AI agents doing security tasks. We've started to dive into conversations like what they should be doing, what they should be trusted with, how to govern their decisions, where humans must stay in the loop. It's not quite just hype anymore, but we've got a lot of homework to do in this area. Now, I like to spend as much of my RSA time as I can with startups, and I can tell you it's tough out there for them at these big shows. They've poured their heart and soul into their products, they've maxed out their travel budgets to be here, and now they've got a tiny booth at the back of the expo, while a company with a goat petting zoo, yes, it really happened, if you're there and you know, is giving away drones 2 aisles over. If you're here and something catches your eye, stop and talk to the founder. Ask them what they're building and why. It matters. And you'll also get a look into the future and see what's coming down the pipeline. This year, there's a lot of talk about consolidation, but I don't think innovation's going anywhere. In fact, I think we're seeing more creativity and innovation than ever. Along with all the AI hype, I'm seeing thousands of new startups launch, many that will be occupying the big booth real estate in the years to come. So, wrapping up, every year RSA comes up and I wonder, do I really want to go? All that travel, the meetings I'll miss, the emails that'll pile up. But every time I come, I leave with the same feeling. I'm so glad I did. Because for all the noise, all the chaos, and all the goats, there's something here that reminds me why I love this industry. It's the people, the purpose, the defenders who show up. All of you have big responsibilities, important missions, and difficult jobs. It's nice to see the community come together, not just to learn, network, collect swag, and meet Dave Bittner, but also have some fun. So that's a wrap. I'm Kevin McGee, Kevin the intern, turning in my highly sophisticated and expensive voice capture equipment with the tape over the buttons I'm not allowed to press, and headed home for another successful RSAC. See y'all next year. Hey, anyone want to share a ride to the airport? This surge pricing is ridiculous.
You can also catch Kevin on our Microsoft for Startups Spotlight, brought to you by N2K Cyberwire and Microsoft, where we shine a light on innovation, ambition, and the tech trailblazers building the future right from the startup trenches. Kevin and Dave talk with startup veteran and Sygenta co-founder FC about making the leap from hacker to entrepreneur. Then speak with 3 Microsoft for Startups members, Matthew Chiotti of Serbi, Travis Howerton of RegScale, and Carl Mattson of Endor Labs. Whether you're building your own startup or just love a good innovation story, be sure to listen in. And that's the Cyberwire. For links to all of today's stories, check out our daily briefing at thecyberwire.com. Be sure to check out our Research Saturday tomorrow. This week, Dave sits down with Shaked Reiner, principal security researcher at CyberArk, who is discussing their research on agents under attack, threat modeling, agentic AI. That's Research Saturday. Check it out. We'd love to know what you think of this podcast. Your feedback ensures we deliver the insights that keep you a step ahead in the rapidly changing world of cybersecurity. If you like the show, please share a rating and review in your podcast app. Please also fill out the survey in the show notes or send an email to cyberwire@n2k.com. We're privileged that N2K Cyberwire is part of the daily routine of the most influential leaders and operators in the public and private sector. N2K makes it easy for companies to optimize your biggest investment, your people. We make you smarter about your teams while making your teams smarter. Learn how at n2k.com. N2K senior producer is Alice Carruth. Our Cyberwire producer is Liz Stokes. We're mixed by Trey Hester with original music and sound design by Elliot Peltzman. Our executive producer is Jennifer Iben. Peter Kilpie is our publisher. And I'm Maria Vermazes, in for Dave Bittner. Thanks for listening. Have a fantastic weekend.
What's the common denominator in security incidents? Escalations and lateral movement. When a privileged account is compromised, attackers can seize control of critical assets. With bad directory hygiene and years of technical debt, identity attack paths are easy targets for threat actors to exploit, but hard for defenders to detect. This poses risk in Active Directory, Entra ID, and hybrid configurations. Identity leaders are reducing such risks with attack path management. You can learn how attack path management is connecting identity and security teams while reducing risk with Bloodhound Enterprise, powered by SpecterOps. Head to specterops.io today to learn more. SpecterOps, see your attack paths the way adversaries do.